1887 would survive as Union and Confederate forces clashed again and again and again once war came in the spring of 1861. And yet, in the darkness of war, there were glimmers of light. In the summer of 1862, enveloped by the demands of defending the nation from armed rebellion, President Abraham Lincoln signed legislation authorizing the Transcontinental Railroad, a far-sighted act for a commander-in-chief buffeted by the winds of war. Hope in a time of fear, optimism in a moment of pessimism, a thought of the future.
So the Civil War in Europe is called the Textile Wars. First they come for, this is a robber baron festival. That's all it is. Do not kid yourself. This was built for the timber barons, for the gold barons of Europe. That's who this was built, and they're still doing it. Nuclear waste all over our place. Now they come for the sound. They're Portlanders. They know about the collapse.
Particularly in light of the tragic treatment of Native Americans.
Of course, before that it was the fur. Who's the savages?
About the best part.
They were French.
Those
There's no good parts.
of our national character
this rail line was paved in blood. In Europe, in Russia, they call it the Road of Bones, Stalin. I call this the Transcontinental Road.
The nation has been morally flawed, often egregiously so, from the beginning.
Slaves,
we must be
blood,
honest about
death,
that. Honest about the plights of African Americans, of Native Americans, of women who have not yet voted for a century in this country, of immigrants. And our honesty should lead us to do all that we can to be about
they came from
the
Buffalo.
work of justice.
Walt Stegner, my mentor. You think the Germans invented genocide? You know nothing about this place, the American West.
The fact that the Transcontinental Railroad was authorized during the Civil War and was completed in 1869 amid Reconstruction makes the whole thing unmistakably American. For to build in a time of destruction and to persevere in a time of division was very much in keeping with the spirit of a nation that had always believed, as Thomas Paine had put it, that we had it in our power to begin the world over again. And as Winston Churchill once remarked, you can always count on the Americans to do the right thing.
To do the dirty work.
Exhausted every other possibility.
Count on the Americans to do the dirty work.
We've proven the old boy right again and again.
Boy was a scumbag.
A continent that would come together.
Churchill,
what Jefferson called the
real
Empire
line was
of
Americans are dumb enough to do
would
the
not
dirty
be
work.
just parts, but a whole.
Us and us Russians.
The nation was united here in this place, if not in spirit, in fact.
311.
And facts, as John Adams would remind us, are stubborn things. We stand, therefore, on a kind of sacred ground.